Well, hello. So I'm going to do a what's in my backpack. Oh boy, as if it's not been done enough on the internet. So this is a Z-Packs Arcol medium size. The base weight without food or water or fuel is about 13 pounds. That's with everything that you see here. So I'll just start with the outside. I talked about these in my other clothing video. They're bug pants. I'm going to be in Central Oregon again this June, and I'm anticipating being carried away by millions of mosquitoes, so these are going to go. And my buff, which I talked about before. These are new. These are outdoor research mittens. They're super light, and darn if they're not super warm. It's amazing. I walk out here and it's 40-degree temperature with the wind blowing, and it's amazing how warm they are. I'll never wear the just fingered gloves again as long as I have these. So these are always coming with me. I don't care if it's summer. The coldest night I spent on the PCT was north of Belton town, and it was like 32 degrees in the middle of June. So don't give me that it's hot out there. It's freezing cold a lot of nights. I've used the Outdoor Research Helium tube. It's a great jacket. Yes, it'd be nice if it had pit zips, and yes, but it's so light, and on the PCT it rains so seldomly that it's not a big deal. I have the corresponding pants, and both the pants and the jacket are good windbreakers too. They don't have to be used for rain. They can also be used for wind. And if it is raining, I have a couple waterproof mittens that kind of keep the water off your hands. When I was on the JMT, it was raining and your hands are just freezing. So I love those things. On the side, I have a Eurosherm umbrella. Love it in the sun, love it in the rain. It's just nice to have. Yes, there's a weight penalty, but I'm not ultralight. Like I say, the backpack's 13 pounds. It's not like I'm trying to break some kind of record here. So I have my water. So I've got a lot of external things. I almost never get into my backpack during the day because I have things I can reach on the outside. So I've got this Catadine Be Free. Now this is in a 3-liter bag. So the weight savings from this over the tiny bag it came from is really minimal, and I like having the ability to carry more water if I want to. I love this thing. It works so good. It's so fast. Love the big top. Fantastic. These are about 25 bucks a piece, and one will last you all summer. You can't let them dry out. I learned that once they dry out, you're not pumping water back through them if they filter any kind of sediment. I've carried it with the bag full, just back in the netting, and it doesn't leak with this top on. So it does come with a cap. I don't even know where it is. It's in my pile somewhere. I don't even carry it. I put a little leash on it because when we were on the JMT, the water's coming by so fast that the thought was, man, don't let go of this thing because it's going to go whoosh, and that's not a good thing to watch your only filter go down the stream at Mach 6. So I love this thing. It's great. Wouldn't even consider going with a squeeze or anything like that. I cut down one of the old Sawyer bags. I've never used it. I can usually collect it with this, but it's, gosh, what's this, a gram? So it's not a biggie to just carry this with me just in case. So I do carry an extra smart water bottle. So with this setup, I have the ability to do 6 liters. I don't carry 6 liters. I'm going to be doing Walker Pass here in a few weeks, so it's going to be cool. I'll probably carry 3. So I'm not a big water drinker. My wife can go through a gallon every 10 miles. I maybe drink a liter when it's cold, a liter per 10. Man. So I pretty much camel up, and I don't really get that thirsty on the trail. At night I do, but during the day. So on this side I have so on this side I can carry 2 more just water bottles. So in this pocket, very very important pocket. This is the poop pocket. So I carry the basic. Everyone's got it. The spade, deuce of spades. I carry an extra just hand sanitizer. I carry whatever toilet paper I got. And I do carry a few wet ones. Boy, wet ones are great if you just want to wash your pits at night, if you stink, or you just want to wipe things down. If you're on the trail and you're eating food that you've never ate before and drinking water that's questionable, and you're hiking a lot, your just movements become a little too loose, and sometimes you do make a mess. So not me, of course. I never do that. But some people might, and they might want wet ones to kind of clean up a bit more. Andrew Skirka says you only use the toilet paper for buffing. I love that term. So he'll use rocks and sticks to, I guess, rough it out, and then use one or two squares to buff. Yeah, that's cool. I carry a Ziploc. It doesn't matter. I mean, never use a fancy bag when a Ziploc will do. So I do carry one more of the just hand sanitizers. This is just a microfiber. I wipe my face with it. I wipe the phone lens with it before I shoot. I've got some stuff here that, so I carry, when I do use the umbrella, I use it on these little hooks. See, there's one there and there's one there, and then there's a red tie here. So the umbrella, I'd show you, but you get the idea. You put the stem here and here, and then you lock the black rubber part down here. Works great. So it's nice to walk with your hands free and use your sticks. And if the wind's blowing, of course you can't do that, but it does. Then you're going to have other stuff. I'm going to have my rain jacket on. So you always kind of just play with things. On that subject, I've never had the Z-Packs leak. This pack has about 1,500 miles on it, maybe more. Just guessing. And never had a leak. Now, if it did, it wouldn't leak like up here. It's going to leak like where there's a lot of stress, like right down here where the straps attach, or down at the bottom where the straps attach. Never had a problem with it though. That being said, I am going to try this out this summer. This is called a Nilo fume bag. Nilo fume. It's a bag that you use for fumigation, oddly enough. In that, if you're going to have your house gas, you can put some of your stuff in it and not to move totally out of the house. So it will not let the fumigation gases get through, and it will not, the idea is it won't let food odors get out either, or water. I like that it's clear over a just compactor bag. It's nice and big. From the folks I've read about it who use it, they said it's super durable. So we'll find out. Now, they're cheap, so you just buy 10 of them. On this one I carry my InReach Explorer. Again, my wife is my support crew, so it's important to be able to talk to her. And I always have my phone here in this pocket, and I have the speakers up because I'm always listening to podcasts or music or books on tape or that kind of thing. And it's so much easier just if I wanted to film something, I'm like a gunfighter. Oof. So down the pockets. So in this pocket, I have my sunglasses, and I wrap those in Genji. So sunglasses, I just wrap it in Genji sock liner. So it's real thin. Why have a sunglass case and this? If my feet were getting raw in between the toes, and I didn't want to use KT tape, I can do that too. I can always just pop this on. I have a bandana. I'm going to try the new trucker hat with the bandana thing this summer. And I have the world's smallest little Joby. So the iPhone just fits right in the little grippy things, and it locks on top. And then it weighs 1 ounce. So that's in that pocket. So then in this pocket I'll carry snacks. I've been trying these new meal pack Bear Valley. They're okay. They're a little dry, but they've got a really good calorie to weight. I've got my just super light Black Diamond Iota. Super nice, love it. Got my bad little Victorinox and some chapstick. So also on the front I have a synthetic washcloth. Those microfibers don't really work too hot for like washing yourself off. These are much better, and they dry out well. One thing I take that's just fun is a temperature gauge. This is a Accurite, and it'll tell you the temperature that is now and also the high and the low. If you're trying to figure out what your bag is good to, as far as what temperature it got down to at just 2 a.m., you really don't know unless you measure it. So this will tell me how low it got overnight. So that's where I got the 33-degree temperature from last June. So let's get into the top part here. So I have, of course, the Z-Packs duplex. I like the duplex because it's just big. God, it's only like 21 ounces the way it's got set up. I've got 2 groundhogs and 6 shepherd hooks inside. I put it in the very top because the first thing, I've seen people put theirs on the bottom. No, then you've got to explode your whole pack out in the dirt, in order to put the thing you want to go up first. So if it's starting to rain, if it's starting to look terrible, you want to throw this up and throw everything inside of it and jump in. So you don't want this to be too far down in the hole. So next is my food bag, and this is what I carry. This is for one overnight. I don't cook food on the trail. I cold soak everything. So this is what it would look like. I keep my trash in an odor-proof lock sack. These are also odor-proof lock sacks. For me, a perfect day is where I get up about dawn and start to hike. About 8 o'clock, I'll have breakfast, and that's usually like a granola. So in that, I got a good size amount of granola, Nido dehydrated milk. I put 2 of the dehydrated coffee packets in it too, so I have my coffee and my breakfast. And you can also add protein powder if you like. Around 11 o'clock, I'll stop and grab a power bar. I like the Pro bars very well. They're not too dry, and they've got a good calorie to weight. Around 2, I'll have another Pro bar or some kind of power bar. Around 4 o'clock, I'll have maybe a candy bar or some just peanut-covered M&Ms. And then about 2 o'clock, I'll also stop and add water. So this is dinner. I cold soak it. About 2 o'clock, I'll just add enough water to cover this, and I'll put it in the mesh part of my backpack. So that kind of just sits out and with the sun shining on it. And by 6 o'clock, it's ready, totally ready to eat. So yes, it'd be nice to have hot coffee. Yes, it'd be nice to have a hot dinner, but I don't like all the cleanup. I don't like to carry the fuel or just all that stuff. So what I do is I just cold soak. Yes, I will have hot coffee when I get to town. I'll have hot meals when I get to town, and it'll make that taste better too. I found that it's just too much sometimes to try to turn the trail into home. It is home in a lot of ways, but if you have to carry too much stuff, it's just a pain. So good enough. It tastes great. I like it. I'm not a fussy eater on the trail. Also, I got. I'll take along some electrolyte things to pour into my water. So this is done by Jigsaw, and this is in a lemon lime. So I'll probably go through 2 of those a day. So the lock sacks are okay. What usually happens is that this part right down here will tear. They'll only last about a month. I'm trying out a new thing called just smelly-proof bags, and so this is one of those. They've got kind of a better tabs to pull. It's been bear tested where they actually show the food in a bear cage, and the bears didn't touch it. Whatever. I like it that's got this lead on the bottom, in that you can it can store more food and it can sit up upright. The lock sacks are just a straight edge. So I'm going to try these out this summer, and we'll see how that works. So tin on top, food, and then a puffy in case you just get chilled or you stop. You want that fairly up close to the top. Again, this is the Ghost Whisperer. We're talking, this is a summer setup on the PCT, not a summer setup on the AT or the CET. This is for dry weather, bugs in some places, and lows down to 35 basically. I've got like an all-in-one Ditty bag. It's got first aid and repair kit and fire starting kit and some extra paper and stuff like that. I just put it all in there. It's about 10 ounces. It's a lot, but yeah. This is indispensable. Sorry, TMI time. It's a pee bottle, and when it's 2 a.m. and it's pouring rain outside, it's just so much easier to do this. If you're with somebody, maybe that might be incorrect. But I'm usually alone, so I don't really care to go outside if I don't have to. And I would imagine with the new apparatus that women have, they could probably use it too. Pair of extra socks, darn tough. Sleep shirt, which is just a merino wool icebreaker. A good comfortable pillow. This is a Cocoon. It weighs 3 ounces, so it's a little bit more than those super ultralight. I tried the ultralights. One of them popped, and I didn't buy it at REI, so I couldn't take it back, basically. And this is just so comfortable. It's got a fleece top on it and kind of a cushy part on the bottom. I'll take the extra 1.5 ounces for a good pillow. So next up is my mattress pad. This is the Big Agnes AXL insulated. It's 25 by 72, and it comes in at about 14.5 ounces. Works really good, super comfortable, nice loft. It's warm down to 35, 38, something like that. This is my second one. So the first one popped. It didn't pop, it got a leak somewhere around 30 miles east of Dunsmuir. So it would only last about 20 minutes before it was flat again. So boy, that's fun when you're laying on the basically dirt. So when I got to Dunsmuir, I called up REI, that's where I bought it from, and they said they would send me out a new one. So I was having a very Cheryl Strayed moment. Really, you'll send me a new one? You're my most favorite company. so new one came, and they did make me pay for like a return shipping of the old one, which was like $15. So this one has not popped or popped a leak. I looked for the other leak. I used soap and I tried everything. I could not find where the leak was. So sometimes you just have to know when to give up. So it's a light, but it's a little bit more fragile. If that freaks people out, then something they can do is add a Gossamer Gear pad. This is like a 1/8 inch, so it's very thin. This only weighs 3 ounces. This farm could do many other functions too. One is if it's under your pad, it's going to give you some more insulation. So maybe you'll be able to go down another 5 degrees and still be comfortable. It's also super good if you want to just stop in the trail and take a nap. You know, it's about 5 feet long. So it's a good pad for you could sit on the ground. There's a lot of things to do with it. So the pair would add up about 17.5 ounces. So you're getting up there. My old pad was the Q-Core SLX, and that weighs about 20 ounces. It's a lot more durable, but you're still 3.5 ounces over that, and you may not even have to take this if you don't want to. So the problem is when you get into these high volume bags is that they're kind of hard to blow up. It takes a lot of breaths, and if you're at 10,000 feet, it becomes even tougher. And if I'm with my wife, I get the duty of blowing up both pads. So something that you could consider would be a Big Agnes pump house to go with those. It's an ounce. It can double as a dry bag too, and that you seal off this, and then it's got a little locky thing on it, like a dry bag would be. But works really good. I can blow up probably the AXL in probably 5 or 6 bagfuls, and man, that's just so nice not to have to mess with that for the extra ounce. And again, you could put clothing in and that kind of stuff during the daytime. I am going to try something else out on when it gets hot, and that's the Thermarest Neo Air Torso. It's only 8 ounces. It doesn't require a pump house. They're pretty durable. I've never tried to sleep on a just smaller pad before, but the weight savings is nice, and I can usually sleep with my feet up on my pack, so it only comes down to about here. So we'll see. It's probably only for really warm nights. If it gets too cold, that might be a tough night. So lastly, is my sleeping bag, and this is a Z-Packs 5 degree bag. It's not in the stuff set it came with because the stuff set it came with is about that much wider. So the problem is when you get that too much pressure here, it's a bear to get the water bottles in because it's so ballooned out. So this is one of their bags that's not quite so wide this way, but more wide this way. So I put it in like this. So I put it in like this. So and not like that, you know. So there's less pushing on the sides of the pack. So the things I've learned about that is my wife has also a Z-Pack. This is a 5 degree, and these have vertical baffles. See, they go up and down like that. And the down does actually shift up and down. So there are times you have to kind of just, if it gets too bunched in one area, you can't pop it back down. This one has the just baffles going like this. So you do have to kind of shift that around. So I'm not married to Z-Packs. I just thought they make some nice equipment. I like Big Agnes too. Probably if I were going to go with a mummy tech, I'd go with the Big Agnes Orno Zero for colder weather. Quilts are nice, but if it gets cold, you're going to be cold in it. The one thing I do like about Z-Pac's bags is that they zip all the way up. It can be used like a semi-mummy bag. So I bought them long. So I've got the long and the broad. So I can pull the bag up over my head basically and zip it up, and there's a drawstring. So I can almost turn it into a mummy bag for not much weight addition. So other quilts like Enlightened and all that, they don't have a way to zip it. So there's always a little draft coming up from the ground. And so if it's cold, I'll pull the Z-Pack, I'll just tuck it around me. So I stop that. Then why not just have a mummy bag then? I don't know. Yeah, I think the quilt thing might be a fad. I don't know. It's tough to say where we'll be in 20 years. There'll probably be some kind of solar powered bag heater, so you won't need any of that. Inside the very bottom of the bag, I have some tie back, and they're just kind of they're old mail things, and I just took the time to just draw, PCT hiker to town. Don't think you're going to find cardboard out on some road somewhere and then draw a sign. The tie back also helps to shield the bottom of the pack. And the last thing inside, I've got the little wallet which I carry my PCT permit on, the fire permit, and maybe credit cards, money, that kind of thing. Oh, and my spoon, I always just keep it in the same spot in this one little pouch, so that way I never lose it. So that's my stuff. Whew. I think I have to go take a nap. So I hope that helps somebody, and we'll catch you out on the trail.